It's Spokeies University from DS Simon Media,
featuring DanielDurazo
from Allianz Global Assistance.
Welcome to Spokeies University. I'm Carolina Ozma, Senior Marketing Associate at DS Simon Media. We are here today to talk to our Spokeies Award winners about the importance of in-house spokespeople. So with us today we have DanielDurazo. He was the winner of the corporate travel category and he is joining us today. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Daniel, can you just tell us a little bit about what you do at Allianz and what the company is, your role there, how you participate as a spokesperson, and just a quick overview of your campaign?
Sure, I'd be happy to. I'm Director of Communications at Allianz Global Assistance, which is a travel insurance provider. We're one of the largest in the world. And I manage public relations, communications, social media, influencer campaigns, things like that. And I'm the primary spokesperson for us across all of our products and channels. And we're really proud this year to win a Spokey, and we're really appreciative of the honor. And one of the reasons that we think we won was this was the 9th year that we put out our Vacation Confidence Index, which is a survey we do every year to gauge how confident Americans are that they'll be able to take a summer vacation, how much they'll spend, things like that. We got terrific media results from it, and we were really proud of the results and happy that we could have such a great outcome.
Well, we're really happy for you, and we're very proud of you and your team. And that's a lot of responsibilities. You do a lot of work. The campaign that you submitted was about the survey that you had done about the security that people, most specifically Americans, feel when they're traveling abroad. And so we know that you had initially conducted this survey. And then due to current events regarding terrorism, you actually had to change it to reflect what was going on in the world. So can you just tell us a little bit about the importance of being flexible with these things?
Sure, it's really important to be flexible, and we're always looking for a news hook. So it's really hard to predict what those hooks are going to be. And in the case of this survey, we found terrorism, which is a really unfortunate circumstance in our world today, but it was a really good news hook for the media because the media is very interested in how terrorism impacts travel and travelers. So we grabbed that news hook, we changed our survey a little bit to take advantage of that news hook, and the results were terrific. The media really picked up on kind of the helpful information that we provided and the timeliness of it.
Okay, sure, yeah. So now that we're talking about the media, we did want to ask you about this because terrorism can be such a hot topic to discuss. And so sometimes you can have a lot of positive, but then sometimes a lot of negative reaction from the media. And so what was the reaction like from the media, and how did you handle it? And for spokespeople watching this or communications professional watching this, what would you recommend for them to do?
Well, specifically for terrorism, it really is a double-edged sword for us because we have a really positive message, and that's travel insurance can help in cases of terrorism because it allows you to cancel your trip if a destination has been impacted by terrorism, and you can get all your money back. So you can decide to take the trip at a later time or even go someplace else. We think that's a really positive message, and we don't really want to scare people because terrorism is still fairly rare, and we don't want people to think, well, it's not safe to travel, because in most cases, it's very safe to travel. If I have tips for people, what we've learned from our own surveys are that you want it to be newsworthy. So you want to make sure that you're working with a topic that the media is going to be interested in. You also want it to be timely. So you want to hook into whatever news hooks might be out there. And maybe the most important tip I can give is that you want the survey information to be proprietary. And that's only we have this information because we hired a researcher to do the survey, and that it's proprietary to us. And also the methodology is very strong. We can point to a very high confidence that the information is reliable. So proprietary and confident in the methodology are two really important things.
Yeah, absolutely. And say that there was a spokesperson or communications professional that they also wanted to do a survey very similar to yours, or maybe a poll, or maybe just some type of research and use this in their communications campaign. What would you recommend these communications professionals about how they should go about conducting this research?
Well, being on the corporate side, I really do rely on our public relations agency quite a bit to help come up with topics that we can explore and also pitch it after it's done. We also work with a very good polling firm called Ipsos. So it's good to find an expert in the polling, and that way you can be assured that your methodology is going to be solid and you're not going to have to be defending it. So we're really working with the experts on the media relations side and the research side, I think is really important.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Most definitely is. And now that we're talking about credibility, we also know that journalists, they prefer to talk to in-house people that are representing those brands over third-party spokespeople. Sure. So you working at Allianz, what would you say? Would you say that this actually gave you more credibility, that you're able to work within the company over maybe hiring somebody that maybe you just pay them to represent you, but they might not necessarily know what's going on within the company? How do you think that journalists reacted to the fact that you were in-house?
Well, I'll tell you, I am in-house, but I spent 20 years in public relations agencies before I went in-house. So it gave me a great background on media relations and how to work with journalists. So there's different types of spokespeople. I'm an in-house spokespeople. We sometimes use agency spokespeople, and we also use influencers to as that third-party endorser that you're talking about. But I think the media really responds well to the in-house spokesperson because you're closer to the information, you're closer to the company, and you can offer insights perhaps that no one else can. So I think it's really important for the in-house spokesperson to be someone who's well-versed in media relations, is comfortable with speaking to the media, and does it frequently so that that comfort level increases over time.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Daniel, for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you. And again, congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much. We're really honored to win a Spokey, and we really appreciate it.